Hey everybody, it's been a long time coming, but here's my video for Super Bowl VI. It was the Dallas Cowboys versus the Miami Dolphins. The game was played in Tulane Stadium in New Orleans. It was the second time they played, and the weather was the coldest Super Bowl that's been recorded. It was 39 degrees at kickoff time, despite it being in Louisiana. So maybe that played an impact on why the Dolphins got clobbered 24-3. I don't know. But Roger Staubach was named the Super Bowl MVP. This is the 1972 Topps. PSA graded 4. I should have looked up numbers on the graded population. So the back's got the nice top story and the little tops. Oh, what would you call it? Get to know the player or odd facts. Roger deals in real estate or in real estate in the off season. So when I was looking for these cards, unfortunately there's no no cool story behind the card. I wish more of my cards had cool stories behind them. Maybe that's how I should start collecting from now on, is if it doesn't have a cool story, don't get it. But you can tell it's way off centered. This one obviously wasn't trimmed. I think you can safely say that. But when I was looking, prices were kind of nuts for these cards, so I went with the 4. It's got the nice clear picture though, and there's a little bit of blemish on the card itself, but I think most of it's the off-centered, and then the corners are a little bit weak. You can see that one's looks like it's bent a little bit. But as by all accounts, as good of a guy as Staubach was, I don't think he should have gotten the MVP. I watched the game, and unfortunately it was about 2 weeks ago now, and I just hadn't had time to do the recording, so my memory is a little bit fuzzy. But what I remember is that Staubach wasn't the deciding factor in that game. The running game for the Cowboys racked up, I think it was 252 yards on the ground, and darn, I forget the running back's name for the Cowboys now. Let me look it up quick. He deserves a mention because he was pretty dang good. Dwayne Thomas, that's who it was. He had 19 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown, and averaged 5 yards per carry. So I think he could have been in the mix for MVP, because from what I remember, he knocked off some pretty big runs at important times in the game. So he could have gotten some consideration, and Chuck Howley could have been back-to-back. He forced a fumble. I don't think he recovered it, but he forced a fumble, and he picked off a pass that he took 41 yards the other way, and if I remember right, he didn't get tackled. He lost his footing and fell out of bounds somewhere around the 10-yard line, or a little before that. He was mad he didn't make it to the end zone. I do remember that part. But the Cowboys defense was just suffocating all day long, so I really think Howley could have been given that MVP a second time, and maybe he would have accepted that one since he had declined the first one from the previous Super Bowl. So again, the quarterback got the accolades. Staubach wasn't, super stellar. He was 12 of 19 for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. And one of the interesting things from that game, I saw it in the previous Super Bowl too, was that the Cowboys would switch out tight ends every play. The tight ends were Mike Ditka and Dan Reeves. I think Dan Reeves was a tight end. Two big names there in later years. And those two guys would come in every other play, alternating to bring plays in from Landry to Staubach on offense. And I can't remember for sure if the Dolphins did the same thing or not, but I do know the Cowboys did. So Staubach wasn't quite the play caller, and maybe this was kind of the beginning of quarterbacks not calling their own plays. We'll have to see, maybe do some research on that. So he was okay, but he wasn't great. And I really think the offense, the running back, Dwayne Thomas, could have easily gotten it. And then there was Howley on defense. So another interesting fact, not to be a spoiler for Super Bowl 7, but Jake Scott, the Dolphins safety, came into the game with a broken left wrist, I think it was, or left hand, and he broke the right one during the game and didn't miss a play. Never came out of the game. one of the funnier quotes that I saw when I was looking stuff up for the game, kind of to refresh my memory since it's been so long since I watched it. He, for 3 months, had both hands in a cast, and his quote was something along the lines of, "With both hands in casts, you know who your real friends are when it comes time to use the bathroom." So at least he was able to keep a little humor about it, but that's one tough dude to have 2 broken hands or wrists and continue playing through the game. So those were kind of the three highlights: was the weather being so cold, and then Jake Scott's broken arm, wrists, hands, whatever, and then the fact that I think Staubach probably should not have been the MVP, even though he got it. So that's about all I got for you. I couldn't find any other obscure nuggets to put out there, but it was a shellacking by the Cowboys. The Dolphins just never had it. They did not look like a team that was ready to play. The Cowboys defense was all over them. Bob Lilly was in there several times to cause problems. I think he had at least 1 sack, if not 2. And I think he also almost had one of the J.J. Watt type interceptions. So Cowboys defense was dominant all day. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will get to Super Bowl 7. Well, maybe next week. We'll see. But I'll get to it soon. I will catch you guys later.